In this video, we are going to be looking at another 8-inch chef knife, this time by the trusted butcher. This is an as seen on TV knife, but first, let me introduce you to my channel sponsor, the Coldest water. Not that long ago, I actually did a review of the Coldest water bottle and I compared it to two of its competitors. I wanted to see, hey, which bottle will keep ice cold water coldest the longest? Winner! Coldest water bottle. I also wanted to see which bottle would keep maybe hot coffee warmest the longest. Coldest water won that one too. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link two links down in the description. The first link is, you know what, Jeff? I really like the Coldest water bottle. You've been talking about it for a little while now, but 30 bucks, 40 bucks, I just don't want to buy that right now. What they have is they have an option for you to enter into your information and you get entered into a raffle or a drawing, and every week the company gives away one for free. That's pretty sweet. Now, if you're saying, yep, I would like to buy it right now, there's also another link. You go there, peruse through their website. You can customize these water bottles by having your own name printed on it. That's pretty sweet. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. My channel is dedicated to reviewing mostly as seen on TV items. I look at some consumer gadgets, other household items. Once in a while, I do a little bit of a DIY just because I like to. If that interests you, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and click the bell below. That way you're notified every time I release a video just like this one. Oh yeah, one more thing. Don't forget to check down the description for my social media. Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I would love it if you would follow me there too. Now, let's take a closer look at the Trusted Butcher's 8-inch chef knife. Here we have our 8-inch chef's knife from the Trusted Butcher. It's an as seen on TV product. I have my Forged and Fire knife over here, and I have my Missin. They're both chef's knife. They're both chef's knives that I've reviewed on this channel, so let's open up this box just to see what we get. I purchased this at Walmart for about 20 bucks. I have directions. I actually didn't know that it came with this cover. I know on the case it says it comes with a protective cover. I just figured it meant this little tiny cheesy plastic stuff, but I think that's pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually open this up, take a closer look at it, wash it up, and put it to the test. This thing might be heat sealed. Yeah, so let me get something and cut this open real fast. After about 5 minutes of wrestling with the plastic and cutting it numerous times, I was able to finally release the knife. It was seriously difficult to cut through. If you see this, it has like a wood grain finish on there. That's pretty cool. It does have this safety top here. And then of course, I mentioned this before, but it has a chef's knife cover that you can actually store, like if you store in a drawer or not. So I was reading through the directions, and directions tell you to, of course, hand wash before use. To prolong the life of this knife, only hand wash and then immediately dry. Don't let it set with water on it. It does have a lifetime guarantee is what they say. So if it breaks or warps or something within the first 60 days, then you will get a refund. After 60 days, they will replace the product. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to do a quick comparison to these other two knives here, and then I'm going to go wash it up and cut some things. So, all right. So I'm going to actually compare it to the as seen on TV since it's the same price point about. Look right here. Can you see that cut right there? That was from the plastic opening. All right. Both these have riveted handles. They definitely have some sort of stamp design. This one, the Forged and Fire, is bumpy or grooved or whatever. This one is all smooth. They look pretty similar where the knife comes down here. They're both 8-inch chef's knife. They're both made in China. This one, I think I got this for 15 bucks and it came with a paring knife. This one was 20 bucks all by itself. So if we look at the profile of the blades, we see they're pretty similar. What I'd like to see, however, is how does this act under regular circumstances? And then I might have a special treat to see how that knife does. I'm going to try 3 relatively easy things that every knife should do. And if it passes this test, I'm going to move on to a bigger test that I haven't really done before on this channel. So let's see how it does with this lemon. Oh, that seemed to go through pretty smoothly. And I will be right up honest. I'm putting very little effort and just it's going through pretty easily. I'm impressed with that. So you know what? That was pretty good. Let's try this cucumber. I'm gonna try it 2 different ways. I also saw in one infomercial where they took the cucumber and chopped it down on the knife. Let's see what happens there. Well, it worked. You just don't get the best cuts. I mean, they're kind of awkward, but hey, that still worked. All right, so now I'm gonna clean this up. We'll come back and do these strawberries. So the last of our simple tests are going to be these strawberries. So let's just cut the stem off of that strawberry, and let's just see how thin first we can get this to cut through. That seems to be pretty thin to me. All right, let's just chop this up. I actually split them like this most of the time. We just put them in halves like that. So you know what? So far, I like the weight of this knife because it seems to be balanced pretty well. Being brand new, of course it's sharp, but I also wanted to see just how it does on typical everyday things. What we're gonna do next is I'm actually gonna butcher a chicken, getting it ready to smoke it on the smoker. We'll see how this does cutting through the chicken bones in preparation. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get that set up and ready to roll. So I have a 5-pound chicken right here. I've cleaned it in and out, taken out all the inside things. I'm gonna do a method that's called spatchcocking, where you cut out the backbone and then cut down here through the breastbone. You're gonna have 2 halves of chicken. I've never tried it with this knife before. Typically, I use a pair of butcher's scissors to go along with this, but I'm just gonna try this knife. I did notice already that this drumstick here was actually broken. This was broken when I got it. When I opened it up, it was already cracked, but I'm not worried about that right now. Right now, I'm gonna try to cut out this backbone. All right, here we go. That was a little more difficult than I anticipated. Let's see how it is cutting through the breastbone here. It definitely went a whole lot better. So let me set this up and get it ready for my smoke, and then I'll evaluate my work. So it may not have looked pretty when I was doing it, but I was able to cut the backbone out, split the breastbone, and I have 2 chicken halves. What I liked about this knife is I was able to then trim around any excess skin that I don't need, any bones that were in there that maybe I didn't cut out very well, but in the end, it did a good job splitting this chicken in half. I'm going to go smoke this, and although this is not a smoking chicken video, I will show you what it looks like at the end. First of all, I just want to apologize to all of you professionally trained chefs out there. I know you are cringing at my knife skills or lack thereof. You know, I will say it's a lot more difficult than you think to try to butcher a chicken or cut at least the backbone out of a chicken with a tripod and a camera in your way. I think if I do this kind of thing again, I'm going to have to move that off to the side just so I can work freely. But in the end, my opinion, I think it cut through pretty well. That being said, I would love to hear from you. What do you think of the Trusted Butcher? Have you used one of these knives before? Are you interested? Let me know down in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. So I know I referenced it before, but here is the plastic sheath or the plastic holder you can have this in if you don't have a butcher block or a magnet strip. And all you do is you just line it up here. See how that works? And it just slides right in, and now you can store it in a knife drawer, and it's safe, and no one's going to accidentally grab it and cut themselves. That's pretty cool, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to store it. And now to add the Trusted Butcher to my chef knife display. Uh-oh, I sure hope it will stay. Uh-oh, there it goes. That was a close one, almost dropped it. In this video, we've been looking at the 8-inch chef knife by the Trusted Butcher. If you've seen the infomercial, you know they have a whole line of knives. This one just happens to be a chef's knife, and I purchased this from Walmart, and they only had it in the one box, or the one knife in a box. I will say, it's like any other as seen on TV knife that you get. When you first get them, they're sharp, and all knives are really sharp, or at least the majority of them. Now, I have a sharpener here at the house, so if my knives down the road get dull, I just real quick sharpen them. And so that's one thing you're probably going to expect from this knife as well. It does have a guarantee against warping and such, and I talked about that earlier in the video. If you're just an amateur like I am, this knife is just fine, just like all the other ones. Now, if you're a professional, you might want to do something that's a little heavier duty. This is on the lighter side, and I'm not sure how long over time it will last. Anyway, that was my review of the 8-inch chef knife from the Trusted Butcher. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. I really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire review of the 8-inch chef knife from the Trusted Butcher. In this video, I referenced other chef's knives that I reviewed. It was the Damascus knife, I did the Forged in Fire knife, and the Missin chef's knife. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link them all the way around and click on whatever one you want. And by the magic of the internet, I will join you at one of those reviews. So go ahead, click one. They're safe, I promise.